Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you're coming on, joining us live, please hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know Ramon Preston, your boy, my squad. We are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're already rejoicing. We're glad in it. And I'm super excited about having a discussion with you today on my personal 20-point process for coaches and consultants. So if you're joining me live, hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, let them know that they need to join you today for the Ramon Preston Show, because Ramon is going to take some time to talk to you about his 20-point process, specifically, exclusively designed for coaches and consultants. So if you're a coach, a consultant, an educator, a teacher, or you're looking to get into that space, or maybe you already have a business, you sell products, you provide a service, and you're just looking for new ways to create new income, and you are interested in learning how to integrate coaching, consulting, and education into your business, I'm going to show you my 20-point process, at least give you a general outline of what this 20-point process is. And then at the end of today's show, I'm going to extend a special offer to you. Now, just in case you hadn't followed me on the show for the last few weeks, a lot of things I want to establish before we get started in this 20-point process. But before I do that, let me just officially say welcome, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. If you don't know, now you know. I'm your host, your boy, Ramon Preston, and every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, hey, I come here on the Ramon Preston Show, even when my entire studio is kind of like fragmented. I haven't quite put it together the way I want to put it together, but we've been working on it. The last couple of days I've been working on it, just getting it where I want it to be. But still, I show up here every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon. And my purpose to show up here is to give you value, to share information with you that I know you can use, whether you're starting a business, structuring a business, or looking to scale that business to the next level. I provide a lot of value, a lot of information. I share a lot of principles and concepts on this show because these are the things that I've used to go from hood figure to seven figure. These are the things that I've used to coach and consult and educate, at this point, at least hundreds of people. I'm not even going to exaggerate and say thousands of people, which if I look at my body of work for the last 20 years as an entrepreneur, I have probably coached and consulted and educated thousands of people. But I will be conservative today and say I've done enough consulting, coaching, and education in my career to know one thing or two about the business of coaching, consulting, and training. And I know one thing: if you're in business today, if you're an entrepreneur today, and you out there trying to sell products and services, and you having a hard time making money and really scaling whatever it is that you're doing, this is one of the biggest hacks to getting it. And so the last couple weeks, I've been promoting a new program that I've created for people who want to get into the coaching space. It's a program called the RP Coaching Bootcamp. And this coaching bootcamp is a program that consists of an online course and a one-day training. So an online course and a one-day training. Now, before I started and introduced this program called the Coaching Bootcamp, I've already been training people to become coaches. I have a licensing program. I have a coaching and consulting certification program where I train people and certify them under my university, which means that they become certified coaches and consultants under Ramon Preston University. They're certified to use or licensed to use my curriculum, my material, my systems, and my processes, depending on what type of licensing or certification they have, all right? And so coming into the new year, once I started reading all the data and looking at all the research for what the next couple years are gonna be for those of us in the coaching space, I wanted to create a program that made it easier for everyday people, everyday entrepreneurs to have an opportunity to learn this business. And to not only learn it, but to develop the skill set for it so that you can include it and incorporate it in whatever it is that you're doing. This is the beauty about coaching and consulting and education. Most entrepreneurs are already doing it. They just don't have products and services packaged around them, and they're not getting paid for it. And I just think it's an opportunity for you to scale your business and to create more streams of income without having to create 3 or 4 different businesses. You can create new business opportunities within the business that you have. And so coming into 2023, I created the RP Coaching Bootcamp, an online course with a 1-day event teaching you my personal 20-point process for coaching and consulting. So again, I'm a business coach. I'm a business consultant. I'm an educator. I teach people about business, about finances, about holding companies, about creative tax strategies, about real estate investing, about financial literacy, about family, legacy, wealth building. These are the things that I teach people about. These are the things that I consult and coach people on. And I have been successful, at least to my knowledge and based on my perspective. I've been successful. I have a coaching, consulting, and educational division. All 3 divisions generate more than 6 figures a year. I built organizational enterprise that definitely has a value of at least a couple $1 million. So I'm proud of what I've done, especially for somebody who came from nothing and who has become what I have become. And it's not like I went to school for the things that I do and for the things that I teach. I learned it. I taught myself these principles, these concepts. I started as an entrepreneur 20 years ago. Literally, my wife and I got married in 2003, and we committed to be full-time ministers and full-time entrepreneurs. Just doing business alone is hard, or ministry alone is hard, but making a commitment to do both and to work on being as good as you can at both, it was a difficult task, but I did it. And one of the things that I promised God and I promised myself was that once I figured this thing out, that I was going to create a platform, that I was going to create a community, and I was going to give people like me, black people, people of faith, entrepreneurs. I wanted to give people like me who may have not had an education, who may have been the black sheep of the family, who may have been the underdogs. I wanted to give people that looked like me, thought like me, had experiences similar to me. I wanted to give people an opportunity to learn the things that I've learned to become successful. Okay, so I'm financially free. I don't worry about money, at least like I used to, but I still have so much potential. But at least I have a legitimate business. I have a staff. I have a team. I'm continuing to grow my business. And I'm helping people every day. Now, I'm bringing all this up not to brag about me, but just to show you that this 20-point process that I have built a course and a 1-day training around called the RP Coaching Bootcamp is something that up until just within the last couple weeks, I've never introduced it to the general public. I only used it for either those who were licensees or who were a part of my certification program. Both of those programs start at least $20,000. I mean, if you're gonna license my material, my curriculum, make money off of my digital products, you're definitely gonna have to pay at least $25,000 because you could probably make that back in the first year if you take the strategies that I give you and if you have the work ethic and you're willing to learn what I teach. But that's for another conversation. Right now, I have this coaching boot camp. It's built around my 20-point process. And within the last 2 weeks, I have been offering it. It was $1,000. As a matter of fact, if you go to my website right now, you will see that my coaching boot camp with the online course and the one-day event, both are $997. They're $497 a piece. Well, $497 for one and or $997 for both. And so I just decided to take that $997 program and offer it for $197. Now I'm saying this at the front part because listen, I want to do business with you, but I want to help you. I want to show you where entrepreneurship is going, where it's trending, and why I think becoming a coach, becoming a consultant, becoming an educator, or at least learning the skill set to do these things and figuring out how to put it in your business, why I think this is going to be the biggest hack for you. Okay? Studies are already showing that the number of millionaires are going to double in the next 3 years. So we're going to go from about 22 to 3 million millionaires to about 45 million millionaires. The number of millionaires will double in 3 years. There are studies that show the number of coaches will double and the industry of coaching will double. Now, I don't see a lot of studies saying this, but based on my research, I truly believe that most, if not a lot, of these millionaires that are going to be created in the next 3 years, I think a lot of them, if not most of them, are going to be coaches, educators, meaning that they provide online courses, they have workshops and masterminds. They're doing what I'm doing and what a lot of my colleagues are doing. Right now, we have a lot of people who are on the internet like me who sell online courses, who have digital platforms, who have digitized their intellectual property. And so I think we should have more people like that. You know, studies are showing that there are about 55,000 coaches worldwide. That number could easily double in the next 3 years. And we will still have a whole lot of wiggle room to grow. The truth is this: if you look at the trends of coaching and consulting or the online space for these services, the trends are showing that this type of business is going to surpass basic education. So people who are just teaching certain principles and concepts about business or finances or credit or, investing, those people who are just educating, they're going to be surpassed by people who are not just educating, but they're consulting, they're coaching, they're building programs and have offers to give people like you and I an opportunity to not just learn, but to also come in and be a part of the community, for you to work with us. Like, this is a big business, okay? So by the end of today's show, I'm going to extend an offer to you. And this offer is going to be for you to take advantage of a $1,000 program for $197. And here's what I'm doing. I'm giving you access to my online course, teaching my 20-point process for coaches and consultants. I'm giving you a VIP ticket to my upcoming one-day coaching boot camp. If the boot camp is something that you can't attend in person, you can attend virtually, and it's going to be an awesome deep dive. But if you take the online course within the next 3 to 4 weeks, and then you come to the boot camp that I'm hosting at the end of March, you're going to be able to just kind of put the finishing touches on your coaching business. Or if you're probably not already doing it, you're going to be able to add more product lines, more services, more programs, and have a better grip on it because you're going to learn my 20-point process. What I'm also adding to this offer is I'm giving you a 100% credit, which means the $197 that you paid for this program, the online course and the boot camp, I'm giving you the $197 credit for. So if there's something else on my university platform that you would like access to, whether it's my creative tax strategy program, whether it's my real estate investing program, whether it's my holding company program, my financial literacy program, or something else, I have ministry programs, I'll give you the $197 credit for that program. And if you are interested in joining one of my 1-year programs, like my Millionaire Blueprint program or my Millionaire Mentorship program, I'm giving you the first month free. So think about it. You could pay $197, get access to my online course for coaching. You can get a VIP ticket to my coaching boot camp. You get $197 credit on my university platform. And if you join one of my signature programs that we have for the Millionaire Blueprint or the Millionaire Mentorship, you get the first month free. So literally you can join today. You can pay $197 today, get instant access to my online course, get your VIP ticket secured. And if you wanted to join one of those other programs, we can get you onboarded today and you'll be on for the next month or two without even paying anything. So that's an offer that I'm extending to you. So here we are. Let's get to the 20-point process, which, by the way, for those of you that are watching and you like, man, I want all that right now. You want access to it right now. Let me just give you the number that you can text. All you have to do is just text the word coach. And I know some of you are like, why are you pitching your program at the beginning of today's show? Because you don't know who's watching. It may be somebody watching who's like, listen, I don't have to wait to the end of your show to get your pitch. I want to join now. So I want to give them that opportunity. So you can text the word coach to 678-276-8253. That's 678-276-8253. And I'm telling you right here, right now, I'm giving you 4 benefits to this $197 offer. Okay, you're going to get my online coaching course, a VIP ticket to my upcoming coaching boot camp. You'll get a $197 credit if you want to purchase something on my platform. One of the programs that you see that you're interested in will take $197 off that program. And if you are interested in joining either my Millionaire Blueprint, which is a 1-year educational program, or my 1-year mentorship program, it's a coaching program that has a lot of benefits, you get the first month free. You don't even have to pay. You won't even be paying until April. So you get that first month free. All right. So let's talk about my 20-point process. I have 20 points that I teach in this coaching program. So if you're wondering, like, what exactly are you teaching if I join your coaching boot camp? What content are you going to provide for me with your online course and with your 1-day event? Well, I have 20 points that I teach. And so I'll do my best to walk through these 20 points. But of course, if you have questions, I can't get into like all the details, but I want to at least show you what those 20 points are so that you could be a little more clearer on like what exactly is he teaching me in this coaching program. And listen, I already know because I coach coaches. A lot of people who are coaches today, especially people who go get life coaching certifications or relationship coaching certifications, a lot of coaches who get these certifications, they don't learn the business behind what they do. Are you understand what I'm saying? So you could be a life coach. You could be a credit coach. You could be a credit consultant, a financial literacy coach. And you could be teaching a lot of things that are good. You can have curriculum, whether you're connected to a multi-level marketing company, whether you are an affiliate marketer, or whether you have your own proprietary products and services. But a lot of times you go get these certifications, you develop the skill set to be the life coach. You know how to deal with the psychology of people, or a relationship coach. You know about relationships. You know about marriage. You know the ins and outs of the love language. You have your spiritual gift assessments. You have your personality tests. You have all of these things that you provide people, but you still don't know the business behind what you're doing. This is the business side of what you're doing. You have to learn this. See, I work with people who are in business and I work with people who are in ministry. A lot of people, especially in ministry, they coach people. They're life coaches, relationship coaches, they're counselors. They provide all these like services to people, but they don't understand the business behind it. So a part of my boot camp, my coaching course and one-day event, these 20 points are really showing you the ins and outs of not just how to provide the best coaching and consulting, but how do you build a business around it? How do you legitimize this thing so that you can really build a business around it? Because a lot of people who coach can't build a business around it. They don't have the right business model, or what they're doing cannot be scaled because of how they have it structured. So let's go through these 20 points. I'll try my best to get through as many of them as I possibly can. So I'll just see if I could. I should have done this before I started the show, but I was really rushing today. I had a lot going on. And if you have any questions that you would like to ask about coaching or consulting, I would love to answer those questions. All you have to do is either drop the question in the comments, or you can just text the question to the number that I gave you a few minutes ago, okay? You could take this number down right here, and you could either text coach if you know you want to join this program, or if you have a question, I'll be more than happy to answer that question and my team will get back to you. So what are the 20 points that we teach in this coaching program? Well, we teach on the concept of coaching. We teach on the industry of coaching. We teach about the category of coaching, particularly business and financial. We teach the three main components that you have to consider, especially if you want to integrate business and financial coaching, showing your clients how to properly start their businesses, structure their businesses, and scale or maximize everything that they have in their business. We teach about client acquisition. I'm just kind of abbreviating it. We teach about client onboarding. We teach about client services. We teach on contracts and agreements. We teach our 5-step. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5-step process. So we show you the 5-step process that we use to coach our clients. Any client that I have, you may be watching this. If you're a client, even if I didn't tell you I walked you through these 5 steps, I walked you through these 5 steps because you need to have a formula. Okay, you need to have a formula. As a coach and a consultant, you need to have a formula. So we teach our 5-step process. Ours is called the AIDIE, A-I-D-I-E. And this is an acronym for assess, identify. And some people ask, like, why are you always sharing all your information? I don't care, because statistics. See, I'm a numbers person. I do a lot of study. I'm a student. I do a lot of research. Studies and statistics already show most people, 99% of the people who listen to what I'm saying ain't even going to use it. Only 1% of the people going to use it. So if they try to copy it and duplicate it, number one, they're not going to use it like I use it because I created it. So they're probably not going to have the same conviction that I have for it. But if they try to go use it, basically, and steal it because they don't want to give me credit for it or work with me so that I can show them how to understand it and use it the way I use it, well, that's their loss. That's still my win, because somebody who knows me is going to see them and say, oh, they had to get that from Ramon. You get what I'm saying? So I don't worry about that stuff. D is for develop. I is for integrate. E is for execute. Okay, so then we have 16. We go over some case studies. This is very important to have case studies. We have, let's see here. We have, I'm gonna leave this for last. We have the SMS matrix. And then we cover certain aspects of your sales and marketing, your financials. These are all systems, and your operations. So those are the 20 points in that process. So I want you to write that down. Let me know. Okay? I'm sorry, I got an important text message that just came in. Okay, so have you written down these 20 points in this process? Let's go through it, all right? This is what I call my 20-point process for coaches and consultants. So if you join my coaching program called the RP Coaching Bootcamp, I'm going to give you access to an online course, and then you're going to get a VIP ticket to a one-day boot camp where we teach you all the ins and outs of these 20 points so that you can build a six-figure coaching business. So I'm just 100% honest. Like, the way I built a six-figure coaching business, a six-figure consulting business, a six-figure educational business is through these 20 points. So we have the concept of coaching and consulting. So when you think about the concept, I'm just kind of fleshing through these things so that you can understand them. The reason why the concept of consulting and coaching is so important, because a concept is a perspective. A concept is a view. When you understand concepts, you understand different perspectives. So anything you do in life, there's a concept behind it. Okay? Talking is a concept. Everything is a concept. But until you understand the concept, until you see the thing you're doing from a different perspective, you don't really understand the value of what you're doing. This is why there are people who coach and don't get paid to coach. There are people who consult and don't get paid to consult. There are people who educate that don't get paid to educate. Why? Because they do not understand the concept. They do not have the same values and views that professionals who are in that space do. So you have to learn the concepts behind it. You have to start seeing yourself as such, and you got to see the people you work with and do business with not as customers, but you got to see them as clients. That concept is critical. Because if you look at somebody as a customer and I look at somebody as a client, because I have a different concept about that person, I'm probably going to be more valuable to that person. And that person is going to probably be more valuable to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand the concept. The industry of coaching and consulting, you want to understand this industry, because within this industry, there are many markets. But you've got to learn to identify with where is your sweet spot in this industry. You don't have to try to be all things to all people. Maybe you are a specific coach with an adjective that identifies you as such. So let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Every time I go live, I know I have some business going on, but I got to handle it. So let me give you an example. If you are a coach and you just want to be a coach to everybody, you want to do credit coaching, you want to do financial coaching, you want to do investment coaching, you want to do crypto coaching, you want to do Bitcoin coaching, maybe you need to find a word within this industry that identifies you as an expert or a specialist in a certain vein in this industry. You don't just want to say, "Oh, I'm a life coach." I'm telling you, like, that doesn't work. I'm telling you, it just doesn't work. Now, even when I say I'm a business coach, I have to still come back around and explain what I mean when I say business coach. I help people learn, or I work with people to start and structure their holding companies, their LLCs. I help educate them on how to integrate the right systems and processes. So I still have to give some redress to the area within this industry that I am claiming I specialize in. So that's something you got to learn. You got to learn about the categories. So I teach and specialize more in the business and financial category of coaching. Even though I've done life coaching, I can do it. I've done relationship coaching, I can do it. I've been married 20 years. Family coaching, I can do that. I got grandkids. So there are a whole lot of things that I can coach people in, but I've chosen the category of business coaching. And I break that down into incremental, granular details so that people can understand what type of business coach I am. Even if you don't want to be a business coach, I always like to recommend for you to learn this category and blanket whatever type of coaching you're doing with business, with finance. Because if you're doing life coaching or health coaching or relationship coaching, here's what you're going to find out. A lot of their life issues and their relationship issues and their health issues is because they either ain't got no money or they're fighting about money. You get what I'm saying? So this is critical, all right? And so these are the 3 points that we specialize in, but I explained it because I want you to understand it from my perspective. So if you're adding a business element to your coaching, or if you want to be aware of the business element behind this type of coaching, you need to understand how businesses need to be started correctly, how they need to be structured correctly, and what it takes for them to scale, even if it's just your coaching business being started, your coaching business being structured, your coaching business being scaled. And then we get into some of the mechanics and tactics of your coaching. We talk about client acquisition. Like, how do you acquire a client? There are certain formulas that you need to have, or certain processes you need to have to acquire a client. I'll give you one example. Providing a free consultation can be a part of your client acquisition. It's actually a part of your lead generation. So when you think about having like a funnel for your business, client acquisition can be at the top of that funnel. How do you acquire clients? Do you acquire clients by giving something away? Do you acquire clients through free workshops? Do you acquire clients through an ebook? How do you acquire clients? But you need to be intentional about that so that whatever it is that you're doing to acquire a client can bring them into a process. This is where your marketing and your sales play a very important role. So we talk about client acquisition. We talk about client onboarding. All right. So once you acquire a client, let's say somebody reaches out to you, fills out a form, clicks a link, texts you, calls you, or you meet up with them at an event, and they decide they want to work with you. What are you onboarding them to? Are you onboarding them to a digital platform? Are you onboarding them into a set of steps that they need to walk through in order to be assessed? You get what I'm saying? So this is very, very important. Client onboarding. We talk about client services. What types of services are you providing your clients with? There are different types of services that you need to be clear on what you're providing them. And are these services that you can single-handedly provide, or do you need partners to help you provide it? Do you need employees? Do you need other vendors? Do you need to outsource certain things? Do you need to be heavy on, let's say, for example, if you don't have a digital platform, do you need to be heavy on just manual work because you don't have a digital platform, but you might use platforms like Zoom to do certain weekly or bi-weekly calls? You got to understand this, right? And then we have contracts and agreements. I personally recommend that when you're doing coaching programs, when you provide consulting services, especially if they're high ticket programs and services that you provide, that you wrap them up with contracts and agreements for many different reasons. For one, your client needs to be clear on what they can expect from you. You need to be clear on what you're expecting from your client. That needs to be a business agreement, a contractual agreement. And on the other side of your business, from the financial side, this is how you can start projecting and forecasting, because you have somewhat of like of a base for accounts receivables. So I know that might be a little complicated to understand, but let me say it this way. If I have $1,000 program and I get 20 people to sign up for this $1,000 program, and I have 20 contracts at $1,000, I might not be getting paid every dollar up front. It may be a 3-month payment plan, 6-month, 12-month, 24-month, whatever the payment plan is, right? But because I have 20 contracts that have a deal value of $20,000, right? I can project certain things and forecast certain things, because now I'm building my accounts receivables up. So very, very important. And then we have this 5-step process that we teach. This is the process that I walk my clients through. I have to assess a client. Again, remember I told you need to have a formula. When you are acquiring clients and trying to onboard them, you need to have a formula so that you can assess them. There's an assessment that needs to take place. You have to have some type of assessment form. There's certain questions you need to ask. If you understand sales and marketing like I do, and people like me do, you will understand that a part of your assessment is a part of your sales process. Even with your client acquisition, I'm getting a little too complicated now, so I'm gonna just stop. But you have to assess your client. Then you have to identify like pain points, PowerPoints for your client. You have to help your client develop certain things for their life, if it's life coaching, for the relationship, for their business, for their career, whatever it is. You have to have a way to help them develop that. At least when you're assessing them, you got to map this out for them. They got to be able to see the future, the results. And then you got to show them how to integrate whatever is needed and necessary. The integration can be systems, processes, people, support from family and friends, whatever the integration is. And then you got to be able to help them execute it, put a game plan together. That's why when I sit down with a client, even once I acquire them and even before I onboard them and provide other services to them, if I just sit down with a client and conduct this 80 process, most likely they're going to lead that coaching session. Like if you ask anybody that I've coached, they'll probably tell you, man, in that coaching session, he showed me the bigger picture. He gave me all the nuts and bolts of what I needed. He gave me some assignments. And when we left that session, they had a clear picture of where they need to go. Now, did they execute on it regularly? Well, that just depends on how long they're in the program and how good they are at listening to what I'm telling them to do, but you got to have that. We also go over some case studies, because you need to see how there's a difference between one-on-one coaching, one-to-many coaching. So I have a lot of case studies. I do this a lot, especially with people who are licensees and who are being certified by me, because I want them to have case studies from me, but I want them to have their own case studies as well. And then we deal with what I like to consider to be the 4 pillars of business: sales, marketing, financials, and operations. So when I work with my clients on the integrate part, this is what I'm trying to help them integrate more than anything. I want them to integrate the right systems, because if I'm helping people start, structure, and scale their business, they need to have a sales and marketing system. They need to have a financial system and an operational system. And then I teach my SMS matrix. This is the concept that I use. SMS is an acronym for structure, marketing, and sales. So you can see this course and this one-day boot camp that I'm talking about, I'm giving to you. I'm offering it on my website right now for $9.97, but I'm giving you access to it today for $197. I'm literally taking 80% off. But again, I'm not just giving you my coaching course, teaching that 20-point process, but I'm giving you a VIP ticket to my boot camp. I'm gonna give you the 197 credit to RPU. So that means you can go to Ramon Preston University if you see a program on there that you want in addition to what you already have. And it costs, let's say, $497 for my holding company course, or if it costs $497 for my creative tax strategy course, or my course on systems and processes, or my business incubator, we're taking $197 off of that for you because we're giving you the $197 credit. And I'm also giving you 1 month free in any of my signature programs. My Millionaire Blueprint, it's a 1-year business and financial wealth building system. Hundreds and hundreds of courses, documents, forms, teaching you everything from real estate investing, goal setting, systems and processes, creative tax strategies, financial literacy, holding companies, on and on and on and on, entrepreneurship. So you get 1 month free in the Millionaire Blueprint, or you can join my Millionaire Mentorship Program, which is a 1-year coaching program that includes my blueprint. It includes workshops. It includes other events as well. You get 1 month free. So all you have to do is text the word coach. Text the word coach to 678-276-8253, and we can get you signed up today. Like literally, it only takes a few minutes. You can text the word coach right now. We'll reach back out to you. We'll process this 197. We will onboard you instantly to the coaching course. We will get you an email confirmation for your RSVP VIP ticket for the boot camp. And if you elect to utilize any of those benefits that come with this offer, we'll handle all of that today if you want to. So all you have to do is text coach to 678-276-8253. So I appreciate all of you for joining the show today. I'm getting like blasted with some text messages and emails for some business that I have to handle today. So I'm gonna leave a few minutes early, but I look forward to hearing from you. Just text coach to 678-276-8253 so we can get you onboarded, started training for your six-figure coaching business today. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 12 o'clock noon Eastern on the Ramon Preston Show.